What's up, Boxing World? Show number 9 of the 13th round with Freddylokz, and let's get right into last week's results. We had Mighty Mike Arnautis with the decision victory over Leonardo Tyner. Mighty Mike's been taking a lot of crap on the forums because of his style. Now, if you remember correctly, Mighty Mike's always been an exciting counterpuncher. So if you ain't bringing it to him, it's pretty much going to be a boring fight. Let's move on now. Light welterweight, Mike Alvarado, he TKO'd Michel Rosales. I predicted Michel Rosales to win only because of his style. I don't know what happened to him this last weekend, but based on Alvarado's fight with Carlos Molina, I really thought Michel was going to bring it to him, but he didn't. He lost. Good for Alvarado, who kept his record perfect. Junior Witter loses a split decision to Southern California's very own Timothy Bradley, the Desert Storm. A lot of people were saying that Witter was controlling the first half of the fight, and you know what? I don't think so. I think Bradley controlled the whole fight with his aggressive style. Junior Witter just didn't know what to do. Maybe his mind was on Ricky Hatton, maybe it wasn't. Either way, congratulations to Timothy Bradley. I would love to see him in there with a couple other champions in the 140 division. There's a lot to choose from, so we'll see what happens with that. We also had Carl Froch with the TKO victory over Albert Rybacki, and he is now Calzaghe's WBC mandatory. With so much money to be made for Calzaghe now, I doubt he fights Carl, but it'd be a good fight to see, you know, for the true boxing fans. But now that Calzaghe got a little bit of exposure, I think he's going to move on to the money fights. Nothing but the money fights. And on Wednesday, we had the Puerto Rican Francisco El Gato Figueroa with the unanimous decision over Luis Rodriguez. It's about time he probably going to start breaking into the top 10. I believe he's rated 14 or 16 up there, so we're going to see him in the top 10 pretty soon. We also have upcoming fights and predictions. Let's see. We had on Friday night, we have Johnny Gonzalez versus Mauricio Pastrana. Now, Mauricio's a pretty tough cat. I mean, he's really tough, but I really think Johnny Gonzalez is going to stop him. I think Gonzalez right now has a lot to prove, and remember, he has erasers on both hands. Let's not forget about Chris Bird making his 175-pound debut against Sean George. I mean, I can't wait to see Chris Bird at that weight. I really can't wait. If he did good in the heavies, imagine if he didn't struggle to make 175, just imagine how good he's going to be at 175. This Saturday is a huge day for boxing fans. I mean, from Mexico, we have Jorge Arce, we have Jorge Solis, Brian Viloria, we have Omar Chavez fighting again. I don't know why. He just came off a really tough fight last week or 2 weeks ago. Now, I expect all of them to win, you know, since they're not fighting really tough opponents. I do expect them all to win. But this is boxing, and anything can happen. Another fight from Mexico that a lot of people are really interested in is Christian Mijares versus Alexander Munoz. The winner would definitely be seen as the king of the super flyweights, and I would love to see the winner face off versus Fernando Montiel, or maybe have Nonito Donaire move up and fight either or the winner. We'll see what happens. I'm really shooting for Christian Mijares. I believe ever since he beat Arce, he's at a whole new level. His skill, his determination to keep on winning, overall, his self-esteem must be really high right now. So I really see him winning the fight. And from Prim Valley, let's not forget, we have another really good card that I've personally been waiting for a while. We have the always exciting James Kirkland versus Ero Albert. Alfredo El Perro Angulo, Mexican Olympian, versus Richard Gutierrez. And we also have the highly touted Yurorkis Gamboa versus a spoiler, Darlene Jimenez. Now, if Gamboa could get past this cat pretty easy, wow, I'll be really impressed. I mean, I've been impressed so far, but Darlene Jimenez is a spoiler. He's a spoiler, and if Gamboa can knock him out or win him, beat him easily, I'll be really impressed. Now, let's get into some news and notes. You know, the battle, it's dubbed The Battle, that's finally signed already. Miguel Ángel de la Muerte Cotto versus the Tijuana Tornado, Antonio Margarito, July 26th in Vegas at the MGM. So I'll see y'all there, whoever's going out there. We also had Joan Guzman. He vacated the WBO 130-pound title wants to move up to lightweight and is already calling out Nate Campbell. I mean, that's a fight I would love to see, but I think Nate Campbell has his hands too hard as it is in the 135-pound division. I would like to see Guzman fight a lot of other guys at 135. I would love for him to stay at 130, but I mean, I think he's chasing Pacquiao. If anything, I think that's the fight he really wants. You know, eventually it'll probably happen, but we'll see what happens. We also have a couple of questions now from the viewers. We have Fat Joe from Eastside Boxing. He's asking me, Freddie, does Juan Lascano have a chance against Ricky Hatton? Personally, I believe he does. I mean, Lascano is an inside fighter. I mean, a good one at that. You know, if you remember when he banged it out with Castillo, I think he beat Vivian Harris. I mean, if that Lascano comes to play, I can see him upsetting Ricky. But if not, then of course, you know, Ricky's gonna win. Obviously, one of them has to win. so I think he can. I think he definitely can. He has a style for it. He's a better infighter than Ricky Hatton. I think Ricky Hatton is more of an aggressive lunger, hooker. You know, he depends on the clinch a lot, and Lascano doesn't. He'll fight you on the inside, how it's supposed to be done, uppercuts, hooks to the body. So we'll see. I mean, I'm pretty excited to see Lascano back in the mix. We'll see what happens. Benny Blanco, also from the Eastside Forums, asked, Freddie, what's your prediction on the Juanma versus Ponce de Leon fight? Now, Juan Manuel Lopez is a rugged boxer puncher, but his weakness, it's not a weakness, but in this fight it will be a weakness, is that he loves to bang. He gets hit and he starts banging, and he forgets his skill, and he forgets that that he needs to stay composed and relax in the ring. Now against Ponce de Leon, if he gets hit and survives and manages his way out of that and starts with that aggressive style, I can definitely see Ponce de Leon knocking him out. But on the same note, I can see Juan Manuel outboxing him if Juan Manuel chooses that style and sticks with it. Because we got to remember that Juan Manuel Lopez, he tends to start tagging with these guys that he don't got to be tagging with. And it's a big step up, you know, from those Telefutura fighters to Ponce de Leon, who has a granite chin, who has erasers in both hands, who's awkward, really awkward style of fighting that he has. I mean, it's really hard to hit him flush because of his style. And in order for Juan Manuel Lopez to win, he's going to have to choose his punches wisely, outbox him, counter punch him, and move away from both of his power hands if possible. And finally, we have a question from Jack, also over at Eastside Boxing. He's asking me what I feel about the possible fight between Chavez Sr. and Azuma Nelson. For those of you who ain't heard, supposedly a while back, Chavez Sr. asked Azuma Nelson for a fight. Azuma Nelson wasn't in shape. I don't know how in shape you can be at 49 years old, I believe he is. But he told Chavez no. Now he said he's in shape and he wants to fight Chavez Sr. To me, it's BS. I think they should just stay retired. I mean, it's more of a joke than anything. I know how tough it must be for fighters to be that age and think they still have it in them to beat most of these guys out there, but it can be very damaging to their future, you know, health-wise. So hopefully it's just a gimmick and they just want to cause some hype, whatever. But I mean, let's hope they stay retired. I don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that. It'll be a really ugly scene. Chavez Sr. should focus on his son's career and guide him as much as he can, because I believe in a couple of fights Chavez Jr. is gonna be a pretty small fish in a really big ocean full of sharks, and you're gonna have everybody wanting a piece of him because he's getting a lot of hype. He's getting a lot of media now. He's pretty much getting built up to be a champion already, and really he doesn't have that champion experience yet, you know. So Chavez Sr. better be ready to guide his son mentally to what's to come, because it's going to be really tough. I want to thank all my viewers, all the 13th Round with Freddylokz fans. Well, I have a new page on MySpace, myspace.com/the13th round. It's the with the A at the end, so it's THA 13th round. Look me up, add me. I'm gonna keep everybody posted, updated with all the news. Thanks to Eastside Boxing, BoxRec, LayItLow.com, all the low riders out there, Max Boxing, the Cycle Round family. With that, your boys out. Peace.